AI trading options. That just sounds like a recipe for a digital meltdown, Newton. Aren't options already, like, the financial market's equivalent of a high-stakes poker game?
But what if I told you we found a way to not just survive, but to absolutely thrive in that very arena? A new framework that turns volatility into opportunity.
Opportunity, or a digital black hole for your investment portfolio. Options are short-lived, wildly unpredictable. One underlying asset can have 100 different contracts, all behaving like hyperactive toddlers on a sugar rush. How on earth do you train an AI on that kind of chaos?
Precisely the puzzle, Einstein. The data simply isn't abundant enough for traditional reinforcement learning. Imagine trying to teach a child to read using only a handful of fragmented sentences. It's simply not enough for the model to converge.
So, you're saying the AI needs millions of practice trades, but options contracts expire faster than my New Year's resolutions. It's like trying to learn to fly a plane, but the plane disappears every 2 months. How do you get enough flight time?
Indeed. That was the core challenge. But here's the clever bit: instead of training the AI directly on the ephemeral options data, these brilliant researchers, Wen, Yuan, and Yang, they trained it on the underlying assets data.
Hold on, back up. The underlying assets. Like the stocks or ETFs that the options are based on. That's like teaching a chef to cook by having them watch a farmer grow vegetables.
Remarkable analogy, Einstein. But it works. The underlying assets have a much longer, more continuous trading history. And then, they augmented that data further. Instead of just daily prices, they fed the AI candle data from different time intervals, 60 minutes, 30 minutes, even 5 minutes.
So, they basically created a time machine for data, generating millions of simulated trading days from a single stock's history. Okay, I'll grant you, that's clever. But even with all that training, options are still a minefield. One wrong move, and your digital wallet goes poof.
But wait, it gets better. They added a protective closing strategy, essentially a built-in stop-loss mechanism. If the RA's unrealized loss on an option trade hit a certain threshold, say 2%, boom, position closed. No unbearable losses, no catastrophic meltdowns.
So, it's a super smart, data-guzzling robot that also knows when to cut its losses. Sounds responsible. Almost too responsible for the Wild West of options. What happened when they unleashed this Frankenstein's monster onto the real market?
The results, Einstein, are nothing short of astounding. They tested it on real-world options contracts for the Shanghai 50 ETF and 300 ETF. And against the traditional buy and hold strategy, their reinforcement learning models, DQN, SAC, and especially PPO, didn't just win, they dominated.
Dominated how? Like, a few percentage points better. Maybe a steady 10% gain.
For one 50 ETF call option, that buy and hold strategy yielded a 608% annualized return. Decent, right? But their PPO model, with the protective closing strategy, delivered a 1,294% annualized return. Another option contract saw it hit 1,524%. Imagine a graph, Einstein, where the buy and hold line is crawling along the bottom, and then our RA's performance shoots up like a rocket, a beautiful, steep climb.
Hold on. Did you say 1,200%? And 1,500%? We're not talking about a modest improvement, Newton. We're talking about utterly crushing it. That's not just beating the market, that's making the market look like it's standing still.
Precisely. And the beauty of it is, the protective closing strategy actually increased returns for PPO and DQN models, while drastically reducing risk. It's not just about chasing sky-high gains, it's about smart, adaptive risk management learned by the AI itself.
So, instead of a human agonizing over when to cut losses, a cold, calculating AI just does it. And it learns from millions of simulated trades how to spot opportunities in the underlying asset, then applies that wisdom to the incredibly tricky options market. This isn't just a paper, Newton, this is a blueprint for the future of algorithmic trading.
Indeed. They've cracked the code for training robust RL agents for options. The future, Einstein, is not just automated, it's intelligently, adaptively, and remarkably profitable.